Good day viewers, welcome back to Prison Boy Shadow Blade.
Dragon Frank here.
Now look, we got the special stories, we got red set, blue set, and green set. So what do you want to take first?
I think I'll go with the green set.
Green set first?
Yes.
Okay, then Yamato first.
I'm thinking of Saizo first.
Wait, Sansa died.
Wait, I saw him over there.
Whatever. There he is! Look! It fled into the back street. Shit! The little mouse! Catch it! I shook off the chaser's hand and ran desperately. I can't die like a dog. Huh?
What's this all about?
When I was 13, I lost everything. My family, Kido was running a silk factory in the northern area of Japan after they dropped off the warrior castle. Kido?
Was that Yamato's last name?
I think so. But the wartime boom became quite and it influenced the industry. During the wartime boom, rich people demand for the industry killing, but they withdrew from the silk market after the economy turned down. All that Kido's family has left is a huge debt. Unemployed people directed their anger towards Kido's family. The angers were bigger and bigger, and then it turned into a riot. Yamato Kudo. Yep. No, father! Mother! Run away!
We need to control this riot. You have to evacuate.
No! I'll be with you, father! Mother!
Please, Yamato, just listen to us. Dad and Mom will be with you soon.
No! No, get off me! Father! Mother! Someone forcibly separated me from them. No matter how hard I yelled, father and mother didn't look at me. My father and mother tried to calm them down, but they got mixed up with the riot and died. What did those people get by killing my parents? I become poor and alone. No one helped me. I have no place to live. I came to Taito with some money my parents gave me just in case. But the recession was everything. Nobody wanted to hire a kid with unknown background. Looking around, I saw lots of homeless people who were bony and were dirty clothes. They, they were crowded into a small tenement. On the other hand, rich people wilted away the time drinking. They were hanging around and talking shit all day. The society is cruel. I realized after I became perfectly alone. I was too ignorant to fight against the cruelness. I lived in a small hut and made some money to survive. All I had was only my life. I was thinking of selling my blood, but I have a second thought since I had seen a lot of people die by doing so. Selling blood would send myself to the early grave, but I can't live with small money forever. So naturally, I started pickpockets and stealing. That's illegal!
Well, that's what happens to Yamato when he's alone.
Of course, I felt guilty, but a man who has money and a man who doesn't have money, the gap was too big. The confused mind eroded my conscience and made me a bad boy. Oops! Oh, sorry. I bowed my head slightly and ran away. It's a way to pickpocket. I put the stolen good in my pocket and melted away into the crowd.
That was Yamato when he was younger.
Is this where he lives? Taking a pose in the back street, I took a stolen bag of my pocket. It was okay if money was in it, but in the case if it was stuff, I had to sell it to make me hard to trace. I loosed the strip and opened the bag. Empty? The bag was empty. I felt like shit. Shit!
Well, 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 you are three. You are there.
Quick!
Luigi?
Looking around, there was a person whom I stole the bag.
Oops, you'd better not try to run. You you are surrounded now. I don't want to be rough. I don't want to rough up.
He might be threatening me with his bluff. I kept staring at him and looked for an out in my mind.
Good, staying alert is important. I haven't introduced myself yet. I'm Koichi Hashimoto. You are the pickpocket kid who is the talk of the town these days. That was a good skill.
I was watching for a chance to escape, but he isn't on his guard. I got a cold sweat.
I like you.
He nodded and smiled.
So can I pick you up?
Hmm?
I know you get confused to be told such a thing, but I want to buy your ability.
You mean it's a criminal syndicate? A new criminal syndicate. Gather homeless people to use them as a puppet. They are formed throughout the poor area. By working for the syndicate, their life become more stable than being alone. But if that's the case, something happened, they might be abandoned or might be killed. I wasn't going to take the risk.
It's rather it's rather opposite. I want you to join an organization like gangbusters.
Gangbusters? Police, you mean? He nodded in satisfied fashion.
Good job.
Are you kidding me? Who can believe that someone needs a criminal as a police officer?
It's not just the police. We belong to Toko. It's an organization to crack down on dissonance.
Dissonant? As I heard the word, my heart tripped, hammered in my chest. The the people who killed my dad and mom, the people who robbed everything from me.
Nice eyes. From your experience, you should know that the society is not equal. I think the gulf between the rich and the poor will be bigger and bigger in the future. Do you know what we need to do to stop it? It's no use yelling at the government like a kid. Calming them down, protecting citizen peace and lead them to the equal world. That's Toko.
How does it lead people to equal?
Because Japan will be a militarism nation, we need to prevent the occurrence of the opposition movement at an early stage. When Japan wins and the nation becomes rich, the number of poor people will decrease and then all the people will be military. If they become military, they'll be able to change the whole ball game. There's a ranking in the military as well, but if you rather distinguish service, you can push your way to the top. A resourceful person would manifest his aptitude and should go upper stages. That's how humans should originally be. Like samurai warriors were in the age of provincial war. Don't you think so, Mr. Yamato Kido? I have already checked your background. You've survived in a hard situation so far, and then you gain your life on your own. I want to buy the ability. I'm sure we have common interests and operations. I'll ask you again. Come to Toko. I'll support you to enter Toko and will teach you stuff. You should take my hand. You are not a person who should be in a place like this.
Saying so, he extended his hand to me. If I take his hand, now I can get out of this rotten place. I will be able to have the power to resist to rebels. I will be able to follow my own idea of justice. I, 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 After several years, I put the new Toko uniform on, wearing a belt, doing up a
Shoelace.
shoelace. I wore the policeman cap, and then I wore the arm badge on my left arm. Today is a new day. At the time I answered, I took your hand for myself. I will never forgive the people who robbed everything from me. He gave me a mercy smile and squeezed back my hand. I tightened my fists. No matter what happened, I will keep going. So that was Yamato's life.
It was quite hard for him, no?
Very hard. How about Koichi?
Oh, this guy, I know he's an enemy. In the end, Yamato did kill him.
Yeah, he cannot repay Koichi back. I will change the world. To change the present situation, a huge sacrifice is necessary. Money, time, energy, spirit, and something we need someone's life. I was born in a normal farmer family that had no money and status. So that's him.
That's Koichi when he was young.
To change
Or is that Koichi?
the baby?
Yeah.
To change the normal, I thought that first I needed to learn hard. Normal people are used and thrown away not to be treated as a way. I just need to go up in a world by myself. I had no money or status. My only property was my body and brain. I put my whole soul into learning to change my life in the future. In the result of that, I had a good grade in school and Kagesa's family who had supported for school education brought me into the family. It was the moment of the first change in my life. I had to believe I was remarkable, but I understood my position after I was adopted. Mr. Kagesa had three biological children. Then I came into their family, so they weren't happy with that. I was smarter than the children, so naturally I was subject for the envious. A tall tree catches much wind. Even though I changed myself normal to remarkable, I couldn't win over people who ordinarily have the power. I felt like I need to establish this skill to shift my position.
Oh, guess the baby wasn't Koichi, it was the boy.
Happy guess much? Even if I study really hard, I can't win the blood relationship. It made me realize the fact. I need to survive until I stand up for myself. To play my cards right, that was survival tool. I became a Burrican with Kazaraki's children. The center of Japan was really corrupt to the core. The abuse of power,
Bribery?
bribery,
Embezzlement?
embezzlement, concealment activities. I saw lots of things about humans' dark side. The reason why the gap between rich and poor won't be bridged. What's that mean?
I don't know.
Because the reason for the gap between rich and poor is the center of Japan. At that time, the military was allowed to have weapons but wasn't able to participate in government. The military has no business poking their noses into the government. The government has mainly controlled by noble families and imperial families. We have to break the system to change the government and to change the world. Japan needs to become a militarism nation. I have no power, but the organization have the power to change everything. I will lead this country to the militarism, right to victory, and will change the world.
I don't need to be too rude, but he talks like Wesker actually.
A villain.
Yes.
First, I'll change Kagesas for a corrupt act and cast them down. I had nothing to lose because I was born as normal. I kicked off the arrogant people and gained the power. in a high position in the Metropolitan Police Department. Then, I created Yoso Karakai as the first step to lead Japan to the militarism nation. Not imperial families, nor and noble families. The militarism has to be leader of Japan. If the voice spread people and throughout the nation, the world will change.
You talk like a villain yourself.
Who?
You?
Me? What do you mean?
It's like you're shouting a villain's speech.
Shut up! Let the hand. Akira Kagesa. I entered Toko to open a new page. Making General Congo go out front. I'm going to develop the chemical weapon from Hades grass. To change the present situation, a huge sacrifice is necessary. Money, time, energy, spirit, and something. We need someone's life. It's absolutely imperative to change the future.
Okay, that's how Koichi started. That's how Koichi start.
I guess he was really in a poor family. Saizo, you're supposed to be dead. What happened? Why are
Well,
you here?
let's see.
In the cell, it was terribly cold and air was fusty. I was curling myself in a ball and was praying for God, even though I don't believe in God. Help! Please help me! Not, I'm not a rebel. I just love plants and I'm studying to go in parasitical science. I just go interested in the grass. I'd never seen nothing else. They say curiosity kills the cat. It's cold. Even it's August, I feel like I'm sitting on the ice. It's cold. I'm going to die. I'm going to be killed.
Am I going to be killed?
Am I going to be killed by being tortured? No! I want to live. I haven't done what I need to do. Mr. Seiki, I know he is the most significant source of everything, but I can't bring myself to blame him. Maybe because he stared at me impolitely when the first time we met. Eventually, I might have used by him, but I can't think of myself as a cruel person. His little brother and the friends said they'll definitely help me. I want to have this hope, but probably will I die? My body temperature is decreasing little by little. I felt like death is getting close to me. Saying I want to be medical student, I selfishly left my hometown. How would my parents feel like if they knew that I was killed as a rebel? Will Toko aim their attack at my family? I guess the caretaker of the apartment got annoyed with this matter. And I'm worried about the other people. Even in this situation, I've been told that I'm too kind since I was a child, but wasn't. I won't try to pursue a care in the medicine. I Because I found myself close to tears. I closed my eyes. I don't want to die in a place like this. I wanted to become a parasitism who helped lots of people. Behind the closed eyelids, I can see a past scene like a movie. Is this something called a revolving lantern? Dad, mom, elder brother, and my little sister, and people I met in Tato. And Mr. Seiki looked at me and hand me the herb. I'd like you to examine this herb. I could see an amusement in his eyes, but I felt like earnest appeal as well. If you are sure you want me to, once I noticed the herb was in my hand, this herb will lead us to salvation or destruction. Until I know which it is. I don't want to die. I don't want to die. I want to live. Help me! I heaved to empty space.
You want to be saved?
Huh? I raised my head sharply. I couldn't see the person's face clearly, but my eyes were tired and full of tears. Who? In the dim light, I could see a human figure through the bars. It was a tall, Tokos figure. And I'm going to be tortured now? Am I going to be executed? I'm frozen in fear. No, I don't want to die. I don't want to die. Clang. The metallic clang sounded like a death sentence. The person stepped into the cage slowly. He was holding something big under his arm. Is a dead body? Eek! I stepped back.
Mitsuru!
What?
Don't be afraid. I didn't come here to kill you. Quite the contrary. You want to be saved, right? You don't you don't want to?
I want to.
Shh, be quiet.
Please help me. I stretched out my shaking arms.
Okay then, take your clothes off now.
What?
Now hurry up, put this on.
He threw something at me. It was a Toko uniform.
Now pass me your clothes. I'll put them on this body.
So, oh, so Saizo wasn't killed.
So the one that Yamato executed was the dead body, and he thought it was Saizo.
Yep.
Mitsuru saved Saizo. He
He's,
wasn't dead.
he is working on it quickly without making noise. I couldn't understand what's happening, but I just obeyed his order. He put my clothes on those whose faces badly crushed. Followed the tall Toko officer, I walked through the narrow path and leave the prison. I ran to the street in the moonlight. Whoa, that's good on you, Saizo.
Yeah,
Who was the dead body?
a rebel who got arrested recently.
Crushing his own face is not a rare case because the prisoner often go crazy in this prison. Eek!
If you don't want to be brought back to the cage, just run.
Can I ask?
Hearing me murmur, the man made a long face for a moment.
I heard Mr. Seiki died. Hearing me murmur, the man. Woman.
I knew it. Sorry for getting you involved.
Are you a friend of Mr. Seiki?
No, I'm just left out, but I think I'm the best friend of Naoya. I want to clean up his mess, to scold him with confidence when I die. So, so the one that Yamato Issei was,
Already dead.
yeah, the original rebel, and Saizo was saved.
After that, we ran without saying anything and stopped near the station. He told me to change out of the Toko uniform and into normal clothes.
Get on the first train and leave Tato as far away as you can. I prepared some money and necessary things to this bag for you, in this bag for you, and
Oh no, that's much money.
just have it. You won't be able to return neither neither Tato nor your hometown for a while anyway. I'll give it I'll give it to you by the way of apology for this mess. I don't think this is enough though.
Well, maybe I ask your name? The man kept his mouth closed for a little while and said his name in a small voice.
Mitsuru Fuwa. I know you'd better not know my name, but I felt like I wanted to remember me a little bit. I'm such a weak person.
What do you mean? Mr. Forward didn't reply anymore. His face reminded me of the first time I saw Mr. Seiki. A few days after I went to the place where no one knows me, I heard the huge earthquake occurred and caused a horrible disaster in Taito.
That was the wrong spelling of disaster.
Is it?
There was a U.
Oh. If I didn't get arrested by Toko and keep living in the apartment, I would have died. If I couldn't be saved from the prison, I would have died from torture. The thing that the herb led me to was salvation or the demolition. I had a narrow escape from death. Maybe my life has kept alive by lots of people. One day I will meet them when I return to Taito. I'll meet the people who tried to help me. One day.
So Saizo was alive.
He didn't die. Okay, so the part of the video, what's next?
I don't know if it's red and blue.
So we're gonna discuss the next part of the video. That's all for today. So Shabrin Driver, we'll go to the next part. See ya.
See ya.